The only crusade that we're on is a crusade to keep you all safe when you inevitably do something stupid. Why isn't the US government consumer standards getting involved? I don't know. I think when it comes to consumer safety and protection, there should be, like, think about how serious this becomes. And, like, I get it that companies are trying to hit price points. C2 is not a printer that you're going to be looking at if you have a specific and a low budget, right? It is a business class machine for business class environments.
We're kind of going down the TikTok route, not TikTok the app, TikTok the Intel method.
You are.
Where we jump up, do a more expensive machine, jump down, do a cheaper machine, jump up, do a more expensive machine, jump down, do a cheaper machine. Because then the more expensive machines can develop new technology. They can do it all really great. And then we can distill all the best bits into the cheaper machines to push everything forward.
And that's the deal, man. This is actually where the trickle-down effect actually works. Why isn't the US government consumer standards getting involved? I don't know. And it might be time to look at, making formal complaints and getting them involved. I would rather have an expert company that we're already working with to give us the analysis and then present all of that data to the Consumer Protection Standards Organization and all that. But that also assumes that they still have staff, that they still have funding, that they are not backed up like crazy. There are all these other issues involved, and government, politics, religion, all of that. We could have a podcast that gets another 0 on the live viewers if we started talking about that stuff, and we don't. So again, ethics and morals are playing a part here.
And let's not forget also, 3D printing is still a very new industry, even for the US.
They don't understand it.
There is a reason in the UK there were no export codes for 3D printers. Nobody has tried it. We were the first. I doubt that, but we were the first to do it under the correct codes. And that is a very telltale sign, because export codes are easy to make.
Yes, they are.
They don't require legal process. It's just, hey, I need a code. And they go, here's your number. And then that number is set for any type of machine under that. Our government renamed FDM machines without even having export codes. Our government doesn't class FDM or FFF as a machine code anymore. It's MX for material extrusion. They made a name for a category that doesn't have a code. They didn't make it. That's how new this sector is, and it's entirely possible that in America it's the exact same. I mean, hell, this is how printers can get into, I'll say from my experience, the UK, where in the UK, in theory, the control office is supposed to look at the piece of paper that comes with any shipment and they go, yep, that's compliant, and it lets it through the country.
Yep. No
one is checking that.
No.
Because they don't care. And also, they ain't paid for that. They're paid just to move boxes.
Paid to move boxes.
And because of that, they're not gonna really get involved in, this machine is safe but illegal. It's not worth it for them. They'd rather go up against companies like Apple, where they took the blood oxygen meter in America incorrectly. That's real money, instead of a sub £15 million per year turnover 3D printer company from like China.
Yep.
Like, why would they do that? There's no money there. They'd probably spend more in like logistics, just doing the paperwork.
They would. It's a shame. It would be nice if we could hold the smaller companies accountable for this kind of stuff, but if Nvidia can't easily be held accountable for the 12-volt high-power connectors, mind you, they're the largest company in the world right now. That's public. I should point out that there's probably some Saudis that are laughing at how much money Nvidia has, but if they can't be held accountable easily, what's making you think that any of the smaller companies can either? Now, I get it, right?
Yeah.
At least here in the States, with enough money, laws don't matter. There's obvious proof of this everywhere, but ultimately, I think when it comes to consumer safety and protection, there should be, no. You are not trusted. You have to prove that you're safe, and if we move about it in that way, I think we get a better overall experience for consumers, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I am worried that we are on the cusp of Dude, think about it. If one of these bamboos or an elegoo, I'm going to go with bamboo because there's a lot more of them out there.
Yep.
If a bamboo actually catches fire and burns a house down, dude, think about how serious this becomes, right? You're now dealing with a company that has what anybody could easily argue is the widest distribution network of 3D printers on the planet, has some of the largest amount of 3D printers in the hands of consumers on the planet. Holy crap.
That's bad.
That's a really big
bad.
problem.
The problem is you will get a government agency who doesn't understand the technology.
Nope.
And they are going to do a crackdown, and it's going to be a blanket crackdown, and they're not going to understand why it happened. They're just going to go 3D printer dangerous.
Right.
And that's dangerous itself.
And, you know, they could just say, hey, we're going to block bamboos from coming into the country. That's not the right solution either. It's the easy solution initially until you can determine the problem, but it's not the right solution. The right solution is to fix it before it becomes a problem, or, you know, not have the problem in the first place. And that's why we're doing what we're doing, to be clear. And it's why we're collecting Centauri carbon cables as well that are having the arcing and sparking problem so that we can get them tested. We all know what the problems are, but I need an expert to tell us what the actual problem is so that when we present it to you all, people can't easily say that I'm on a crusade or, you know, we're on a crusade. We're not on a crusade. The only crusade that we're on is a crusade to keep you all safe when you inevitably do something stupid.
And to be honest, that's how I see it's going to go down. It's either going to spread enough without any mistakes that it becomes normalized. And then if something happens, they just go, it was happenstance, which isn't good because it's normalized bad practice. Or it's going to go wrong and they're going to overcorrect like video games did for that very small period of time where everyone was like, no, think of the Gooners. We can't do that. So now the children get scared. Like, it's an overreaction of that. Both are bad. There is a happy middle ground. It's called just follow the law. But to do that, there needs to be reform. And reform is expensive, and governments don't want to do it because it doesn't earn them money. It just costs money.
And at least on the Elegoo side of things, I see their issues being significantly less of a problem because it's an easy fix, right? It doesn't require you to open a machine. Well, I guess it does. It does require you to get into the back end of the machine. Physically crashed. That's fun.
Ben's asking if it's time for a cuppa. It was time for a cuppa 20 minutes ago.
Brother.
I am literally enjoying energy drink, boosters, and sugar. I've been eating jammy Dodgers off of scene. I've just had a nice lunch, and my body's like, sleep time.